you find people out there in the world today. We'd like to welcome you to a new month of the Cavalier Family Show, podcasts, wherever and however you like to see this little thing to help educate everybody in the years that came before us. And as some of you know, we are an independent studio, and on this podcast, we will be discussing life's entertainment, where each month is a different year, and each week will be a different topic. First off, we would like to thank Kevin Holmes, who did the intro and outro, Justin Dye, who's created many of the musical elements for us, and our researcher, Stephen Dawson, as well. Uh, as of right now, obviously, when recording this episode, things have escalated between Russia and Ukraine, and we pray for everybody, and we send our love to everybody, especially our troops. And it's a lot of tough times for everybody right now. Um, us as a team, us as a Cavalier family, as you may say, we send our thoughts and our prayers to everyone who needs it. And we hope that, everything can get back to normal. We went from 2 years of, lockdowns, quarantine, everything like that. And from my understanding, there are a lot of locations, Canada and other states in the US that are still in their own way of a lockdown as well. So we just want to get back to as much normality as possible. But with that out of the way, no major updates. We just ask that you hit that subscribe button, like and comments on YouTube, just mainly because of the algorithm. Whenever you like any comments, what that does is it helps our show get noticed, which of course helps us as a channel. The other way that you can actually support us as well is by hitting the link down below that will actually take you to our merchandise location where you can purchase a shirt. And with those proceeds, it actually goes towards funding the show, other shows in the future as well that we have down the pipeline, independent filming, and all those good things as well. Currently, the newest shirt out there is the Stop Human Trafficking. We wanted to take a new direction in some of the shirts that we we have that one currently. In the future, we will be having a cancer awareness shirt as well, mostly because all the proceeds that we get from those shirts, it will all be donated to nonprofit organizations. So for an example, the Stop Human Trafficking, it's hashtag Stop the Traffic. All those proceeds will go towards stopping human trafficking. Within the past couple of years and decades, it's been a very well known thing, and a lot more news are coming out about it. And we just want to do our part in trying to bring family members home, bring friends home, saving lives as well, because it's an awful, awful thing, and it just hurts families, it hurts the individuals, and it's just something that just shouldn't exist, but unfortunately, it does. And as much as we want to stop it, we want to do our part in that. And again, that shirt can be found on the store, which is in the link description down below. And other than that, of course, you can subscribe to our channels. Be sure to follow us on all platforms as well. Once you do, let us know. Send us a message on any of the platforms. And what we'll do is we'll be happy to send you a discount code, just specifically during, as for the shirts and stuff like that will save you 10%, because you help us, then we'll help you in getting that discount. So again, just go ahead and follow us on all social platforms. This month will be the year 2008. 2008 is the year of my graduation year through high school. A lot of fond memories, a lot of great memories as far as movies, music, TV shows, everything along those lines. And again, this whole month will cover that. As every week is different, this week will be TV shows, next week will be cartoons, the week following that will be music, and the week after that will, of course, be movies. So, we have that going for us as well. As you will see and or you will notice by hearing, I'm flying solo right now, and that's okay. Unfortunately, Ro has things going on that he can't step away from, which is completely understandable. As I tell everybody who's ever listening or watching, is those who are part of the group actually has their real lives. Unfortunately, everyone who is part of this group is volunteer based. I say unfortunately because I'd love to pay, but that's where your guys' support comes in, is by helping us build this channel. Then we have the ability to do a job that we've always wanted to do, and find what we love and find a way to get paid for it. So that goes back to supporting us. But again, everyone has their own job, and Ro has his, and priorities takes precedent first. So for right now, I'm flying solo on the show. He may be able to pop up later on, but let's go ahead and start. So again, this week we'll be jumping back in time to 2008. So let's go ahead and do that.
Back in time.
All right, and now that we're sitting here in 2008, we'll have a couple of fun facts. These fun facts actually come from popculturemadness.com. Of course, the first fun fact that we'll share for this week. Next week we have two fun facts for you, so stay tuned for next week's episode. But the first fun fact for 2008 is that Hugh Jackman was People's Magazine's Sexy Man Alive. Hugh Jackman is a very jacked man, pun intended, as far as his transformation between when he was Wolverine in the first X-Men movie that showcased, I believe, in the early 2000s, and until now. He is still very, very well fitnessed. Hopefully we get to see him in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. As you know, of course, we have Professor X, Professor Xavier, that's in the movie. So, here's hoping, right? So let's go ahead and jump into the top TV shows, the top 5. Now, a lot of these TV shows I do remember watching. Some of them I don't ever remember being a thing on TV, and the other ones I just didn't really watch. But, I'll share as much as my personal information as possible, as well. When I say personal information, personal experiences as possible. So we'll go ahead and start off with number 1, which was top TV show at that time period, was American Idol. It was in its 7th season with the winner of David Cook, and the runner-up was David Archuleta. David Cook's debut album was Light On, or the debut album had Light On and Come Back to Me. Now, I wasn't really much of an American Idol fan. I did watch a few of the first, opening seasons when it was big, with Kelly and Justin. I do remember that. Rubenstein, of course, Daughtry, I believe, was another big one that came out of it, and a lot of other big guys as well, and a lot of famous women as well. So, I mean, if you can make it on American Idol, you're going to be well known. I do know that the show dropped off and then came back through ABC, while working in the location at Disney Springs, formerly known as Downtown Disney, or the Disney Marketplace. They did have a little auction, or I shouldn't say auction. It was more so an audition to be on American Idol in that area. I believe they had a House of Blues, if I'm not mistaken. So they had that. Adam Lambert was on American Idol, and now he is currently in the band Queen. So that's pretty amazing. Number 2 is Dancing with the Stars. This was also season 7. I didn't really watch Dancing with the Stars at all. Even nowadays, like I see it advertised, I just don't watch it. Unfortunately, it's just something that doesn't appeal to me. But if it appeals to you, then leave us a comment below. Let us know who your favorites, or what your favorite season was, who your favorite person who won. Same thing with American Idol. What was your favorite season? Who was your favorite winners? Do any of the American Idol winners, do you still listen to them? Who are they? Let us know. But again, Dancing with the Stars, the winners were for season 7 was Brooke Burke and Derek Hugh. Some other celebrities that were on that show were Kim Kardashian, Toni Braxton, Olympic sprinter Maurice Green, Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive tackle Warren Sapp, and Lance Bass. Of course, you'll know Lance Bass from NSYNC. Kim Kardashian, you may know her from, of course, dating Pete Davidson right now formerly married to Kanye West. Uh, Big, of course, keeping up with Kardashians, makeup line, home videos. The list goes on. She's very business oriented in her own manner, and same with her whole family. Number three was CSI. This was CSI's eighth season. It was starring Liz Vasey, Archie Ko, David Berman, and Sherry Rappaport. I know I pronounced that correctly. The guest cast actually had Method Man and as the character Drops. Cameo appearances had Adam Savage and Charlie Sheen. Sure, he brought his tiger blood there. However, the biggest episode watched of CSI season 8 was titled Dead Doll. It did gross about 25.22 million views. 25.22 million views. You guys have no idea on what that could do to this channel and how helpful that would be for this channel. To be honest, if we could get 25.22 million views, I would easily be happily, you know, well, I maybe shouldn't say it, but my main focus would be on Cavalier family. Let's just put it that way. And our family would be set in stone, and everybody who's part of the group would be set as well. So 25.22 million views, that is absolutely amazing and good for them too. Method Man, I am a big Wu-Tang Clan fan. I've watched all the seasons so far on Hulu. Can't wait for season 4 to come out. Because it's that METHOD man, METHOD man. It great. He seems like a great guy, and I know from the Wu Tang Clan, they're a bunch of nerds in their own right. So love that, and I love the lyricalness of everyone and the rhythm, and how raw the music is. And to be honest, we could actually have a full episode on them. Would love to have and speak about them as well, because with every artist, with every individual, we have our own battles. And the story of Wu-Tang Clan is one of those that should always be talked about. Just like Dre, just like Death Row, just like Eminem, there's just a lot of things to that would need to be talked about. Of course, Charlie Sheen. Watched a few of his movies. Two and a Half Men. He was a great actor. Unfortunately, he did have a slope at some point. Adam Savage seems like a great guy as well. But let's go ahead and jump to number 4, which is NCIS. This was season 6. It was starring Mark Harmon, Michael Weatherly, Cote de Pablo, Polly Parette, Sean Murray, Rocky Carroll, and David McCallum. Some of the guest cast was Chris O'Donnell, LL Cool J, which, ironically, now they're part of NCIS Los Angeles. So they even have their own show. So, their characters must have been big. One of the most watched episodes, though, was Silent Night. That actually aired not as much as CSI did, but still aired 19.94 million views. Both of these shows, my father was a big watcher. I didn't really get into them. I know they're still popular even till today. I do know of so many people who watch them. Unfortunately, I just can't get into them. It just doesn't appeal to me, which is okay, because there's some things that appeals to some, there's some that just don't appeal, and this is just one of those things. But what we'll do is we'll jump into number 5, which the show actually first aired September 2008. And that is The Mentalist. This is starring Simon Baker, Robin Tooney, Tim Kang, Pruitt Taylor, Vince, and according to IMDb, a famous psychic, and it's basically about a famous psychic outs himself as a fake and starts working as a consultant for a bureau out in California. He investigates so he can find um, the madam or madman. I'm sorry, not madam, madman who killed his wife and daughter. So definitely like a Punisher vibe to it. The madman is named Red John, and unfortunately, I didn't watch this show, but I mean, it must have been popular during that time frame because I mean, it wouldn't make the top five if it hadn't. Um, so if you guys have actually seen the show, let us know. Leave a comment below because we want to know exactly what you remember from that show if you actually watched it. Because it's the first time going through this list is the first time I ever heard of it. I again never watched it, never seen it at all. Unlike the other four, I have seen at some point in time. I am a fan of LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell when he had his acting career and stuff. Though Batman and Robin gives him a bad rep. It's a fun movie. It yeah, it was directed by Joel Schumacher, and it was just had so many complications on the set. And not saying like actors and directors and everything, but complications of direction. One of the big rumor was that Arnold Schwarzenegger never actually worked with George Clooney because all their shots were shot separately. So I mean, there's that. But other than that, I mean, Chris O'Donnell during his time period and even till today. I mean, he's a fairly well-known actor. Now, Cool J, of course, um, he always warns us about, mom's going to knock you out. So got to be kind to your mamas out there um, and doing things well. He's a great singer. He's also lived up his reputation as a solid actor as well. I mean, who else can punch a shark as a cook? I don't think not many can, besides LL Cool J. So, what is your favorite LL Cool J moment? Let's just say that. Let's leave that out in the air and out in the open. But with that, of course, it brings an ending to our very first episode of 2008. And be sure to catch us next time for next week as we go over the top five cartoons. We do have a little fun facts for the top cartoons as well, just kind of similar to how we did the TV shows this week. So again, we can't thank you enough for joining us, and be sure to leave a comment, like us, follow us, do whatever you can. And with that, we love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next week.